Next up, Chiefs at Patriots. Is that a starting quarterback? He must have a terrible matchup if it's a starting
I'm
quarterback.
just cover this up and not even.
All right. So we have the seventh
Good
worst matchup
Lord.
for Patrick Mahomes, followed by the 18th best matchup for Bailey Zappi. Mahomes is going to be as low as I've had him all year. Mahomes is my 8 because I don't like facing the Patriots. Zappi, whatever, 30, 32. So let's just move on from Bailey Zappi. What are your thoughts here? Start Mahomes, forget Zappi. Like, what else can you say?
Yeah, I mean, I would start a lot of players over Mahomes. I I wouldn't do it if it were this guy, but if it was Geno, I probably would against Philly.
Have
Um,
you ever seen sorry to interrupt you. Have you ever seen a season
yeah.
where starting a position player at Superflex has been more widely acceptable? Like there's probably
Yeah.
10 quarterbacks this week I would start a receiver over. Zappy is one
Oh
of
yeah.
them. I've
Hmm.
never seen this. Normally I'm like, oh, Baker, yeah, screw it, I'm starting Baker. No, there's a lot of guys where you could see 5 to -5 points, and it's terrifying. This is
Yeah.
terrifying.
I mean, I'll tell you a couple things. I will not pick up Easton Stick or Tommy DeVito. I won't do it. I know DeVito had a nice game, but it was against those Philadelphia Eagles, right? Like I'm not doing it. So forget it. As for Mahomes, if the Patriots can do one thing, they can take away your top weapon on offense. So we know Kelsey is going to be neutralized as much as he can be. Rice will probably get his. Pacheco probably not playing again. It's just shaping up for another mediocre fantasy performance for Mahomes.
Middle of the pack matchup here to low end, I guess. 17th and 20th for both running backs. I assume I'm going to have Ramondre the highest ranked here.
No, Zeke, no.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Zeke, I had this.
Yeah,
Zeke at 16. Oh, yeah, because Ramondre's out. I'm like, why can't I find
yep,
Ramondre? Because it's Zeke. I have Zeke at 16. Thank you, Jeremy. Zeke at
yep.
16. Jarek McKinnon at 31. CEH, I don't know, on the unemployment line. I don't know, somewhere. Anyways, so I've got a decent low end wide running back 2, a desperation McKinnon, and I have Pacheco on the graphic, but he's likely to be out, right? He's not officially
Yeah,
IR'd, but he's all but out pretty much.
yeah. He's not practicing, so
Yeah.
you can't rely on him. I doubt he comes back. Look, this is a team that knows it's going to make the playoffs, and it's going to need Pacheco if it wants to go on another Super Bowl run. So they're going to rest him, I think, as long as possible up until the playoffs. I think if they're smart.
Yeah.
Um, as for McKinnon, he's my favorite guy after Zeke here. CEH I think has his will have his usefulness depending on matchups. This is not the matchup to play the guy who's running between the tackles against the Pats. So I want Zeke, McKinnon, and no one else here.
Wide receivers, 11th best matchup for the Chiefs. I will play Rashi Rice as a wide receiver 2 or 3, like low end 2. Patriots, bad matchup. I don't really want any. Demario Douglas as an absolute desperation. I don't like the matchup. I would prefer to start Rice as a 2 or 3 and avoid every other receiver in this game. So, how about you?
Yeah, totally agree. Pop is back practicing. If you have to, you can throw him in there. But yeah, between Juju and Parker, you don't know who's going to get the ball, and they're not going to get it much anyway, so it doesn't matter. You're probably, like you said, benching all those guys, Rice and no one else. Rashi Rice, you just fire him up every week at this point. I mean, he just can't help getting the volume. There's literally no one else there that can hold on to the football.
All right, tight ends, sixth and seventh worst matchup. I'm still tight end 2 on Travis Kelsey. Hunter Henry's in my streamer range. He is mid range. Tight end 2. He's 15. The kickers, Butker is the 11th best matchup. I'll start him as a top 10. Patriots, Chad Ryland, worst matchup. Not a great season. I want nothing to do with him. And at DST, 4th best matchup for the Chiefs. They are my DST 2 on the week. Patriots are the 10th worst matchup. They are my DST 26. So I want nothing to do with them. How about you?
Yeah, same thing. You said Kelsey TE2, but the TE2, right? Not like
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
tight
yeah.
end.
The.
Yeah, yeah,
Behind
yeah.
Hawkinson.
I
That's
mean, I think he very well could be a tight end too. The problem is you can't sit him in the playoffs. You just got to roll with Kelsey and just trust that his elite tight end volume, which continues to come, translates into a touchdown, which over the last 3 weeks it hasn't.